Welcome to today's quick play after the debacle that is crowdfunding campaigns and trolls. It seemed only fitting to get a retro video out on the same day. Anyway, this is a Sega Mega CD game, obviously. It's made in 1989, and it is... Can you guess? Final Fight! Probably one of the best Mega CD games ever. It's essentially a perfect port of the arcade version, which was such a great game. I remember playing it in the arcades with my brother and my friends, and you spend so many 10p's trying to get progress in this game. Alongside E-SWAT and Chase HQ, this was probably one of my favourite arcade games. It's based on the CP system hardware, which also ran games like Ghouls and Ghosts in 1941, and it actually ran Street Fighter 2 as well when that came out. And funnily enough, Final Fight was originally going to be the sequel to Street Fighter, but after they saw Double Dragon and the success it brought, they decided to create a new game called Final Fight, and that's why we've got Cody.
Hello, Mike Hager here.
In this game.
So pleased to make your acquaintance.
Right, okay, here's Hager, the mayor, and what happens is his daughter is kidnapped, and then the other guys join in to help him get her back. Anyway, let's move into it. So, we've got some loading time on this. Mega CD, this is early CD technology. The CD speed in the Mega CD is what, 2 speed? Maybe even 1 speed. Anyway, I used to always prefer playing with Hagar because he is strong, although he's not very quick, which is a bit of a downside to it. But yeah, this was awesome. We've got a full arcade soundtrack here. We've got Hagar. We're looking pretty like a kitted shithouse version of Freddie Mercury. This is a good game. I love it. Punch him in the stomach. Punch him in the stomach. And you. The colours aren't quite there, but then we are working with the Mega Drive's 64 colour screen palette, and that was the restriction with one of the main restrictions with the Mega CD. And of course, the Mega CD's the Mega Drive's access time was a bottleneck on the Mega CD's capabilities. But stuff like this, platform games, it could churn out awesome games with awesome parallax scrolling. You know, Sonic CD, although it doesn't look massively different from Sonic 2 or Sonic 1, it's a massive game. It's got loads of extra functionality, and it's got the CD soundtrack. I love how these guys just kind of stagger around and then walk up to you. It's it's amazing. It's amazing how this guy can take on so many goons in the process of getting through this level. Either these guys must be absolutely weak as shit, or Hagar is one hard-ass motherfucker. And if that's the case, you know, how did he get a job as mayor? I mean, I'm sure, you know, there are some strong mayors, but he is one badass mayor, isn't he? I've never seen a mayor like that in my entire life. Alright, so we move into the factory setting now. We beat the shit out of these people. It's very... all these people are very West Side Story, aren't they? With their open fronted jackets. Can I punch that? No. No. Yes, I can. Ah, the lead piping. In the dining room, Colonel Mustard. No, I don't want the knife. No one wants the knife. We all like the lead piping. These guys are awesome. They just kind of run at you with some sort of crazed headbutting technique. Nice beards as well. Obviously spent some time on those beards. Hagar is 6'8" apparently, it says at the start, doesn't it? So all these guys must be absolutely massive because we're all pretty similar in height. Lead piping down and move on. Now, yeah, my first experience of this sort of game was probably Renegade on the Spectrum, and quickly moving on to Double Dragon on the Atari ST. And Double Dragon was an amazingly fun game, so you can see why they made this into a separate game rather than the Street Fighter franchise. And it's a good thing they did, because Street Fighter 2 was a phenomenal game, and if this hadn't changed across, we wouldn't have Street Fighter 2. This would be Street Fighter. It would be a walk and punch and pipe head affair. Ah, the first boss! I love this guy. This is the guy who you see in the introduction, and he throws up the mayor. He's like, ha 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 ha! I've stolen your daughter. Come and get me. So that's why we're here to get him. He's called Thrasher. And he jumps onto that little ridge over there, and then his goons come out, and then we kick the shit out of his goons. And we pick up a knife if we can. Oh no, we get kicked in the head by Thrasher. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Have some fucking face to the floor. And he has got some sort of iconic punk style going on, hasn't he? 80s punk style is all the rage in these games. I don't know why. It's very stereotypical. Mad Max style. Very, you know, it works well. And obviously Streets of Rage would adopt this style. And Streets of Rage came out in response to this game, especially when this was released on the SNES. Although on the SNES it is one player only, and at least it's two player on the Mega CD. I mean that's the main part of this game. Two player action was the reason you played most of these games. It is fun in one player mode, but two player, it's a completely different game. It's amazingly fun. You could spend ages just kicking the shit out of people over and over again, getting to the end. Is this the game with the bloke with the chain gun at the end? I can't remember. I think that's Streets of Rage, isn't it? You've got the boss in the office block, and he's got a chain. He's got a machine gun, isn't he? He shoots at you. You have to avoid him, and he is hard as nails. I can't remember what happens at the end of the final fight. I think I've only completed it once, and that was not recently. Come on, Hagar. Let's go down the subway and find a hamburger under the bottom of the bin and eat it and probably get salmonella. And look at this guy. He is Andre the Giant, isn't he? Epitomised. That's why he's called Andor Jr. As you can see in the top left-hand corner. Oh, God, big slapping me. Chill. Oh, whoa. I love how Hagar could just pick these guys up and chuck them over his back like they were a piece of vegetable. Alright, on the subway, which has been patiently waiting for us. We've got Hez D Uhi Uhi on the background script there, on the doors. We've got some smash. This is a very dilapidated subway, a bit like the subways of New York in the 80s, so I'm told. I'm sure every window wasn't smashed, and I'm sure everyone sitting on a seat wasn't someone working for the opposing gang. Just killing the shit out of these people, seriously. Where are the police? I know he's the mayor, but I'm killing people left, right and centre with my bare fists. You think someone would have got involved? At least in Streets of Rage, you are pretty much the police, aren't you? And you can call in police reinforcements with their gun, in the first one anyway. Streets of Rage was a great game on the Mega Drive. Really showed off the Mega Drive hardware. And of course this showed off the Super Nintendo hardware, because this wasn't really capable on other hardware because the sprites are massive. You know, they probably could have squeezed two-player in if they'd gone for a bigger memory cartridge, which was disappointing, but it's still a playable version of Final Fight. It's better than Doom on the SNES, which is an admirable port in itself, given the hardware limitations, you know, using the Super FX2 chip, but you know, it doesn't really work, does it? It's just a bit too limited. I don't think the Jaguar version of Doom gets enough praise. It's such a good version. People often neglect it. This isn't Doom. This is Final Fight, and I'm in the middle of my final fight. I've got no lives left, and I'm soon going to die. And then I'm going to go and look at the negative comments from my crowdfunding campaign. Oh, it's fun. I like it. I like it so much. Oh, I got a drink. Why is there wooden barrels on a fucking subway train? Now, why is there a handy drink underneath the wooden barrels? You can change your character here if you want, if you start again. I'll show you that. There we go. Player select. There we go. And I'm... Oh, who's this guy? Who's Guy? I don't like Guy. He's the worst one. Guy! Guy off, you guyish bastard. Look, he's weak as shit. I'm going to probably end it here. Thank you for watching today's quick play of Final Fight on the Sega Mega CD. Join me tomorrow probably for another video about something nostalgic. Until then, thanks for watching and goodbye.